Hey guys, we're back as promised. I have the save or multiplayer save file tutorial here, and after that we're going to do a quick little water tutorial. But to start off with, I wanted to say I'm sorry about the video yesterday. The audio quality was not up to par with my usual standards, and that was my bad. Having some hardware issues right now. The sound doesn't really work well with my computer, so I do this as a hobby, but I do take pride in my work. So I took that video down, re-rendered it, adjusted the audio levels. So that video is back up again. If you guys want to go check it out, I'll put a link or an annotation right now. Go check that out and hit the like button for me. Thanks. But moving along, I'm going to show you guys how to not lose your world when you go into multiplayer. So I'm going to go ahead and back out. We'll go through here, and it's in System Settings is where you can format your USB flash drive. And you just take it and you plug it into the front. There's two USB ports on the front of, well, my Xbox. But so you go down to System Settings. This will exit your current session. Hit yes. There are certain flash drives that work better than others. Mine says has performance problems, but
so far, I've yet to find one outside of an Xbox Microsoft flash drive.
Yeah.
That says it has performance issues.
Yeah. So, anyways, you're gonna go down here to Memory, select that, and then as you can see here on the bottom, I've got USB storage device. Go ahead and select that, and it will ask you to configure the device. And you can configure up to 16 gigs, although that's really big for a flash drive, and I don't think you'd ever really need that. I'm going to do customize, and you can change how much storage space you want reserved. Now, Fortress Craft needs 768 megabytes for it to run smoothly. I just went ahead and did everything. It says I've got 1.3 gigs. It's supposed to be a 2 gig stick, but whatever. So I'm just going to go ahead and do the whole thing. You hit configure, and this will take a little bit because it's got to reconfigure well, I guess what is it doing? I don't.
It's basically putting a software onto the flash drive so it reads properly. It's another reason you can only get 1.3 out of it, because it doesn't tell you that there's probably 1.5 on it, but 1.3 is all that's left after they put the little software on there to load properly.
So this is the message that I've gotten. It runs fine even though it says this. Like you said, it must just be if you're not using an Xbox specific flash drive. So anyways, that's that. And there you go, you're done.
And one little note, if you go in there, you'll notice that the actual file size that is going to be put on there is only 27 megabytes. That's all you're going to use per world, but it requires you to have 762. I don't know why.
Whatever, yeah.
I thought that was kind of weird.
So when you go into the game, it's going to come to the start menu, and when you hit start, it's going to ask you which save device you want to use. And that's when you go back and forth and make sure you choose the right one depending on what you want to do. So you hit start, and here it asks you. So I'm going to go ahead and just try out the multiplayer just to show you guys. So I selected my flash drive. I'm going to boot from that. I'm going to go to join world. And let's try this. 3 out of 4 people. Looks like fun. Probably nothing worth looking at in there though. But
every now and then you'll come across a nice world. More likely than not, you're gonna just come across this plain old Jane world.
yeah, nothing fancy here. Not yet. So as you can see, we're clearly in multiplayer. There's 3 other people in this world. So we'll go ahead and back out. And here's the important part. You have to back out all the way to the dashboard to change what save device you want to use. So I'm going to go ahead and just dashboard out. Yes. And it'll take me back out. And you have to reload the game again to reselect which save device you want to use, and that's how you get back to your world for multiplayer. So go back again and relaunch Fortress Craft. This is supposed to be fixed in the patch, but of course, as you know, we've been having some issues with getting the patches through peer review.
But that's another video.
Yeah, that's another video.
Feel free to check it out, though.
So far as I know, the earliest that they're going to have these patches released is next Tuesday. You'll be able to resubmit again on Sunday, this upcoming Sunday, the 1st, and it will be available on the 3rd. So here, I'm going to select my hard drive now, and we're going to go back to my world. Go down to Load World, of course, not New World. Start game. And it will load up my old world, and everything will be there. I hope. Otherwise, this is going to make me look really dumb. Yay! Okay, so I promised you guys I'd show you how I got water. Hey, it's Bullet for my friend.
It's not very nice.
So let's just erase all this real quick. We'll show how to go through there. Now, of course, you can't delete any of these blocks, but some dirt piled up here real quick. Put some TNT right there. Boom, let that go off. Now you can't delete any of these blocks manually. This is the only way I found to do this.
Blow a hole in the side of it.
Boom, now all of that's gone. And like I said before, you can't build off of this, so you kind of have to start from a block off from the side to start building off of this again.
And then repair.
Yeah. You're going to have to do every single block here.
Yeah. You build you an outside wall and then come inside and build the interior wall. What a flooded world looks like.
Yeah. One thing to note, there's a little trick to this, which I'll show you. The water won't actually do anything until you reload the game. Actually, we're going to leave one of those open. So that way we can create a little funnel. Alright, so we've got our outside wall built. Now we just keep going inside. Remember, you have to select the block that you placed. So even though I placed this block, I can't build off of it because it's now kind of inside of this little spawn area. So you can only use the blocks that you've placed on the outside of the wall to build. So go ahead and build that back up. The only reason I'm doing this is just because I like things to look neat. Nice and neat and clean. There you go. And I'll clean up that later, but we're gonna go ahead and exit out, and I'll show you how water happens. Yay! So quit the title, reload the world real quick.
Just a little tip: if you don't know, whenever you load new worlds and you found all the relics, you get to keep your relics. And if you like to have your relics whenever you go to multiplayers, one thing you can do is go back into there you can see the water. Whee! Whenever you go back into the memory area where you configured your flash drive, and you can go into your hard drive, select the hard drive, and copy. You can make a copy of it and then put it on your flash drive. So now you have your world on both your hard drive and flash drive. But when you go to the multiplayer, it will erase your world, but you will get to keep the relics, so that you can have your relics in the multiplayer. That way you don't have to dig around for jetpacks or speed boots or anything like that. I found that on accident. Most of the stuff I was doing was over here in Loaded's world, and after several days of looking for a jetpack, I got tired and tried that, and it worked.
One thing you want to note, to keep the world from flooding every time, you can just do this. You can make your own little kind of a trough thing right here. But remember, you can't just come in here and then, you know, delete a block and just let it flood. You're going to have to reload the world every time. This is kind of a bug. It's kind of a glitch. But as you can see, everything's flooded. Note, don't stay under the water too long because it will create kind of a permanent effect on how you perceive everything. The whole world at all times through your eyes will look like this. It'll look like you're walking around drunk, which is really annoying when you're trying to build. So that's it. That's water. I'll show you guys real quick. It will disappear every time. It doesn't stick around, so don't freak out and think that your world's permanently flooded with water. It's not.
And don't try to fill up a pool and then cap it and expect it to stay full of water. You're going to have to fill it every time.
Yeah, we've tried everything we could think of, and it disappears every time. So, and we're back, and there you can see my little trough has filled up right there, and it stopped. So that's water. Like I showed you before, you can delete the blocks and nothing happens. It's like kind of like once the momentum's gone, it stops regenerating. So that's it. Please rate, comment on the video. Hit that like button for me. Really appreciate it. It helps a lot. As always, take it easy.
Have a good one.